Director of the Eurasia Democracy Initiative. It's an international non-profit organization which promotes democracy and rule of law. He joins us now from Kiev. Peter, always great to have you on. If the Kremlin wants to silence Navalny, is jailing him the right way to go?
Well, this is a very, very difficult conundrum that the Kremlin found itself in. And if just a year ago, it would err on the side of caution and would slap Navalny with short week to 2 week prison stints. It now looks that the calculus has changed, and the Kremlin feels that with Navalny out and about at liberty, stirring up unrest in Russia's far-flung regions, not only in Moscow, that it's better off and it's safer with Navalny in prison now that he's been given 2.5 years in prison. And I suspect, just like in the case with Mikhail Khodorkovsky, that prison term can be extended as many times as the Kremlin sees fit.
Khodorkovsky is still alive, of course, Peter. Many Putin critics are not anymore. How much is Navalny's life in danger?
I suspect it is probably in greater danger than in the case of Mr. Khodorkovsky, who was willing, as part of the agreement, to go straight into exile and to leave Moscow. Navalny is not going to do that. I mean, it was pretty much, what we're seeing developing, even with Navalny's arrest and imprisonment, this is all being done on his own terms. Navalny came back to Russia knowing full well what would happen. And now if you listen to experts, Russian experts, if you listen to Navalny's aides and his comrades in arms, so to speak, they will tell you that should Navalny leave jail alive, he will be the next president of Russia. Considering what happened to Navalny in August when there was a credible attempt to poison him, I suspect that Navalny's life will be very much in danger.
So we're probably looking at a total of about 10,000 people arrested over 2 successive weekends of protests, and also what happened outside the courtroom on Tuesday. At what stage do the protests, we believe there are more to come, at what stage do the protests begin to bother Vladimir Putin?
Well, at this point, I think he's looking at the dynamics playing out. He's looking at there's been a certain decrease in the number of the protesters. He's not worried that he is facing even a Belarusian scenario next door, where for a country of 10 million people, we had demonstrations, if you remember, going back over the summer, the numbering in hundreds of thousands all over the country, and not really showing any market decline up until a certain point. This is much weaker than that. For a country Russia's size, this does not yet spell immediate doom for Vladimir Putin. Where he should be concerned, though, is the demographics of the crowd. It's a younger crowd, and overall, according to recent polls, young people from 18 to 24, their support of Putin now stands at 20%. That should definitely worry Vladimir Putin as he considers appointing his successor eventually, when he does think about appointing his successor.
Peter Zalmayev, thank you very much indeed, Peter. Take care.